Final decision. This doesn't feel like I've made it. Ugh. What? Oh. Right. Who's that? This is Sigma? Was that Sigma? Yes, okay.
I knew it. Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The 3 wards were all in the same place. Then...
There they are, look! So everyone's awake.
Carlos.
Akane, Junpei.
And Mira and Eric.
Yeah, fuck them.
And you're Sean, right?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards.
Okay.
The bracelet needle from injecting.
When did you get that? Oh, they ran. Oh, Carlos and then ran into that room, and then Carlos must have dropped that card when he dropped the glass.
I do too.
Maybe?
Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
All right, settle down.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Then you're like us.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Because you guys are doo-doo
Neither of you
poo-poos.
got injected?
No. We're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning? First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
The fact that you were here would tell him something,
That's
no?
when Sean let us in on the truth.
Oh, and you believed him. I'm surprised that Zero just let all this happen.
Transporter room. And
Oh.
2 cards.
Why the glass dropping
For
thing?
the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Then
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I hacked my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
first, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
Oh, is that when he put...
It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention. I casually invited Junpei to the power room. You can see the result of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out.
There still could have been a better way.
Looks like he'd be a crap actor.
And after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Oh. Is that Dennis? His name is not Dennis. I'm just gonna call him Dennis. Why are you holding the gun? Come on, old man. Where's your wheelchair?
Q? Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening.
That's your son.
You were the one who named me, Diana.
This old man.
It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question. Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All
Sister,
6 of you
mother, father.
are shifters, correct? Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time? No, of course you didn't. You jumped in from another history using your shift. And it wasn't just this once. You have been shifting back and forth many times. From one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances. Much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small
Meanwhile, Q, Eric, and Mira are just like nowhere to be seen because they don't matter to the game.
Oh. A similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me.
Oh, he can't shift.
The ability to shift.
You don't?
Oh.
I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
Mind hack?
What? Whose mind you trying to hack?
I am able to read other people's minds.
Oh, is that what you mean by mind hack? I thought you meant like you were gonna go into someone's mind and control them or something.
That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
If she can't do anything by herself anyway, she doesn't have the fucking music box.
When we blocked the injection.
I saw through your ruse.
Yeah, no shit.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. that shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
What do you mean?
I like haven't been listening.
I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Right, I knew that.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course.
Fucking penis-shaped baby JPEGs.
Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
German? Yes.
I'm 120.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
What they doing experimenting on a baby?
Jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904, and then forward again to 2000.
Leave the poor girl alone. Why you guys messing with her so much?
Was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We've gone off topic. But yes, that was one of the major rules. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what?
By
I don't understand.
backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells.
But like, what does that?
I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Because they were forced to make decisions?
This is the reason I have my mind hacking abilities.
Because of what?
Was affected as well. You were born a shifter.
Wait, shut up. This is... Hold up. It's like so hard to pay attention to everything that they're saying. So like when I'm hearing them say stuff, I'm just like not even taking in what they're saying. Environmental factors determine which switches are activated within genetic codes. Yeah, so them being stuck in the shelter and when Diana's forced to make decisions is what caused them to have brain power. Like, what specifically about... I don't fucking know, whatever. Is he gonna play hoops? Aw. I thought he was about to fucking check this shit out.
arranging the letters gives you.
No way. What you choose can materialize.
You people can't fucking mess
Our
around.
decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision games were held.
People
So that
showing that they can
five
fucking
means
switch words around, switch letters around to make new
would
sentences.
materialize exactly
She's shaking.
the way we are.
No, but okay. So I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions, but the rest of us had nothing to do with.
I already told you. My motives are complex.
What? Wait, there's more?
Yeah, no shit, there's more. Oh my what?
Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fuck, no!
Scared the shit out of me, fine. Goddamn. Oh, she going. Oh. Look at that jittery leg. Well, you have the gun now. The way she pants. Oh, is that Eric? Wait. Oh no, Eric shouldn't be holding the gun. No. Don't shoot him.
You may be right.
What?
Diana, take this. Put it in. The bluebird too.
Oh, is she holding the bird? Oh. I thought Dennis was holding the bird.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing force quit.
Is this gonna blow up?
10 minutes until explosion.
Of course it is. Sick. We set off a bomb.
What?
This is what we wanted.
No.
Oh no! What have we done? Shit!
Hey, answer me! What's with that?
Probably should have thought about activating that thing before
Explain.
questioning it.
This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the force quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
Oh. No!
What?
Why would
The
you?
dog?
Gab's been.
Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding.
Why? What did he do?
There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
But why? But why? What did?
Monster!
I never expected.
Why? But why? What the dog? What that dog do? That dog barely did a thing.
You had two things to tell us.
That dog barely did a thing besides sending messages, you know, which is like, you know, could have been a.
But I've not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts.
Oh, can you control people? That dog be just passing messages and just panting around. He didn't do shit. Why did you shoot him?
But I am able to control someone's body as I wish.
Sure.
Like this.
He made him shoot him. Oh.
Eric, why?
Eric, why? As if he didn't just get through with saying, I can control people's minds. Also, he shot him once, but there's like 17 bullet holes on him. This is gonna shoot out like multiple bullets at once.
Let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is... The other is...
You'll never know.
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
Jump. You fucking shift somewhere, I guess. I don't even understand the point. I mean, you know, maybe there's more to it. Just maybe we'll get to a point where we see more of like Delta and something. Because if they don't show us anything more about Delta and his life and why truly why he did this, aside from the fact that he wanted to live or like be birthed or whatever the fuck.
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's
what was I
gonna
say?
stay closed.
Like, there's gotta be more to his motives. So he said that he has more motives. I'm just trying to figure out.
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Okay, good luck, Mira and Eric and Q.
Like jumping to another history?
You guys figure yourselves out.
Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also...
I would say that just to be like, just to reassure them and then so they can die in peace.
You need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
to be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it.
They don't deserve...
And then Mira and Eric can...
But which history are we going to jump to?
They don't deserve the fucking
None of the
shift.
similar histories
Especially
will
Mira.
work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
The beginning of the game.
When we're all alive.
The beginning of the game.
Do you mean...
The beginning of the game. Yes. Yes, that's why that one fragment has been left unchecked for the longest time.
The history where we won the coin toss.
I mean, yeah, you guys were out, right? I guess that would make sense. They did leave. Well, good luck.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea.
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies and they'll die without knowing.
Oh, it's fine. They'll be dead. They're not gonna think about it. Oh, God.
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point. If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us and the other history are essentially strangers. Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong.
But they won't know anything. Who cares?
The only thing they did was...
And then they can do it back. They
You
can...
could say the same for us.
Oh, I don't know.
The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
Huh.
1 minute until explosion.
So who's the one deciding? Who's the one deciding this? The 3 deciders are here.
We can stay here and wait for our deaths. Or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. The final decision game.
Did he just blink? Was that was that my eyes playing tricks over here? Did he just blink? Also, oh wait, hold up. I don't think it matters, but I just had this really sudden fear of like if I chose one, then like so for some reason I can't go back. I don't think that would happen, but I also don't know what's the true ending. Because I don't want to break the flow of the game. So before, I'm just gonna choose, or not choose, but I'm gonna figure out which one is the right answer. Because honestly, if it were me, I'd be like, just switch and who gives a shit about the other people, because in the end, they're not gonna know. But like, okay, the page that I was looking at didn't really give me answers. So what I'm going to do is just let the time go. Oh wait, is there 3 things to do? Hold up. Oh, it doesn't tell me. What if I just let the time run out? I guess technically letting the time run out would be the same as don't shift, right? Technically, because you're not shifting if you let the time run out, right? Eric's like, nah, I don't know. Oh, mommy, daddy. Oh. Kumbaya, my lord. So I'm still trying to figure out how this is supposed to lead to the... Okay. Reports. Okay. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Okay. What was I gonna say? Like, I was trying to think, like, so the events that led to Virtue's last reward, which I guess we had already reached, we had reached that ending, was when Akane and Junpei got out and Carl saved them because he shifted back in time as a firefighter or whatever the fuck, right? That was the ending. So in order for them to avoid going down that route of Virtue's last rewards, then we had to we have to just do any other route to get out or something? Like, payoff 2. Like, by doing this, are we in turn guaranteeing that we are not going to experience what happened in Virtue's last reward? I don't know. Let me see. Let's see what they say. Do they remember things?
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but...
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Does he remember? He should remember, right? Oh, never mind. There they are. I thought they were already in there and they just were remembering things. Okay. Funny. The visual representation came through for me and helped me. Ooh, he's ready to fight.
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
What, you can't tell the date by the position of the sun?
Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Oh shit, I kinda wish you forgot me.
That must have worked.
Life is unfair. Don't you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, wouldn't Delta be alive in this? Oh look, the dog is alive too. Isn't that great?
Bastard. 17 years ago.
Why should you be smirking?
Snail If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different.
Wait, what about the subplot of Mira potentially killing Eric's mother? Is that never gonna come to?
And everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal? Would you just quit talking nonsense?
Oh look, it's a dog. He's alive.
I'm so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability to shift.
Lest we forget that you guys shifting here means that you guys also murdered all of you guys in that other history. So I don't know if this.
In effect, the me you know is a different person than the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history? If so, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals.
Yeah, you guys are also all murderers.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken
Just that big giant thing in a truck? What kind of truck did you...
to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite. Why? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Phi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6.
Which is what we want, right?
There is only a bright future ahead.
Right?
For all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
Yeah, I'd say so. The Radical 6 was the big issue, right? Is that radical? We also need to figure out the free to soul stuff.
According to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
Religious fanatic.
Yeah,
a
that one.
terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Phi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
Wasn't he walking before? Man, he sure walks a lot.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Ah, yes.
Huh.
The
You said
fucking
something?
anime-ass trope.
Carlos.
We'll be the ones to decide the future.
I agree.
You can't change
Okay, me too.
fate or whatever the fuck.
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
I hope. I really hope this isn't the actual ending. There has to be more, right? Yeah, me too, Dennis.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex. Imagine, what if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter? You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into that frame of mind. It's all going according to plan, without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved.
He just sounds like he's taking credit for something that he didn't do.
Life was played willingly. Very well. I will give all of you one last choice.
Carlos.
With that gun there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be?
Why do I want to...
Pull the trigger or let me go.
Why do I give a shit?
The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line.
But why do I care if you're alive or dead?
This is the decision game.
But why do I care? What does that change anything? If we kill you, how does that affect? Mountain of Knowledge. I don't understand how that would affect it, because we're already determined to do the whatever thing, right? And he says that he's gonna take the credit for it, whatever. But like, in the end, you're still gonna be able to save the future of mankind or whatever. If he dies, what is that? What, are you worried that he's gonna do something more? He's gonna do something bad? What? I don't understand. Also, the game's over apparently. Now, is there like another ending that I should be looking for? I'll let the credits roll this time because this might be the actual finale, but like also, do I clap for this? I don't know if I like this or not. I don't get it. This game, I don't. So I need to like put things together for a second. So in Virtue's Last Reward, the idea was that by the end of the game, you had to shift into the history of where you're in the Mars zone, this decom, whatever this was, right? Your goal was to shift there. Sigma and Phi had to shift there in order to do something within the facility to ensure that Radical 6 does not spread, which they have done. Admittedly, it was done in a way that I wasn't expecting at all, because then that's saying that Dennis Delta was the one who created Radical 6 because it was in his facility? Like, where did it come from, right? So he created it, but because of how things turned out, it never went out. It is not being spread out to the public. Therefore, Radical 6 won't take anyone's lives. Which I guess it was, the idea was that it took 6 billion people's lives in the Virtual Last Reward history, with 2 million still being alive or something like that. But the history where Radical 6 did not go out into the public means that there is a religious fanatic out there who's set on making all of humanity extinct. He's not the one set on doing it. It starts a war that inevitably will make all humans go extinct. I get it. I just feel like the way things played out in this game was so like it felt like it was kind of like loosely tied to the virtual last reward in the sense that like you heard how I was playing throughout this entire game series. Like the relationship you build with the characters, aside from Vi and Sigma and Diana. Well, no, it's just mainly Vi and Sigma because you knew from the last game. But everyone else was kind of just like whatever, right? You know Akane and Junpei, but they are like, Akane aside because she's kind of the same, but like Junpei is acting like a different person. And then like, like you just had no means to like build a relationship with the characters, and by the end, like I still don't. Carlos is like okay, he's fine, and then like Eric and Mira, you know, I don't like them at all. Q is Q, whatever. He's a kid. You can't really just like hate him or anything because he's a kid. Diana, she was just there. She's apparently the person. She was apparently. Was she the old lady that Sigma fell for? Was that Akane? The one that Kyle was supposed to, this is one that Kyle considered mother. Was that supposed to be Akane, or was that supposed to be Diana older? Right? Like I think maybe that's something I missed and I didn't like I didn't catch. For 3 years. I think that's supposed to be Diana. Must be. Presumably. I don't know. Or maybe it was or maybe Diana was before that, and then Akane came in, and then she was like someone that like filled in the shoes a little bit for Kyle's sake. Which I've been bringing up Kyle like for this entire game series, thinking that he's gonna be here somewhere, but apparently he's not here at all. I guess because the idea was that that ending ended up being like an alternative ending or something. It's not actually canon. It's not canon, so like me thinking that he was gonna show up in this game is completely useless because he never showed up. I was really hoping that you would find a character in this game that Kyle would have shifted into. But that didn't happen. So that was a shame. I don't know. And the way this ended just now. The final decision. All sections cleared. Now, is that it? Is there anything else that's left open? Is that it? Is that it? Let me just do a quick Google just to make sure there's no like alternative ending or anything, because if that's really how the game ends, then woof. Is it woof? Woof. I'm just second down myself because I can't tell if it's just me being like uncultured that I don't like appreciate this ending or this game, or if it's just the fact that something happened with the production of this game that made it like the way it is. That it's not like great. I googled it. I googled the wiki. It seems like I got everything. So I guess that is the ending. The true ending. I don't know about that. Now, there's something that was mentioned in that wiki though that I'm now curious about. I want to see it's can I access it from here? No, I can't. It said something about epilogue files. Let me go back in here for a second. I don't know how to access it, but if I go into just like somewhere, I don't think it matters where I go. Just go in here for a second. It doesn't matter. I want to see if there's like I know in Virtual's Last Reward it had it. Cinema. These are clips. What is this? Kicks out, calls an alarm, police. He holds Mira, go where another transport is being stored. You're saying we should change Eric? Oh, okay. Okay, I read that in oral order. So these are supposed to be texts. Why is it called cinema? So I think these are all, I think some of these might be like story bits. So while I go through them and see if any more info is given to us. Let me go through them all. Not like I got anything else better to do. Okay, this is a story about the mom on the snail, the fork in the road, and getting killed by someone. So this might be something worth reading? 17 years ago, a young mother went jogging in the park. She reached a fork where she usually goes right, but on this day she just go left. Why? Because there was a snail in the path. No one knows why she avoided the snail. Was she afraid of them or felt a sense of danger from her? Whatever the case may be, the snail caused her to switch to the left path. As a result, she was killed by a girl, presumably Mira. The suspect who was taken into custody, a Japanese man, was not the culprit. He was falsely convicted and executed, and his wife committed suicide in her grief. The two left young children behind. The convicted man called a taxi before his arrest, but the taxi ended up picking up another fare instead, a brilliant surgeon. However, the car became involved in an accident, killing the surgeon as well as the young boy who was waiting for an operation by the surgeon. If that snail hadn't been on the right path 17 years ago, what would have happened? Life is simply unfair, don't you think? Okay, wait, this is just a story that Zero had once said to us. The two left young children behind. Was it indicated who the children were? I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, that wasn't it. I thought there was gonna be something more to that. Well then. Post-apocalypse. What's this? Is this a story? This must be fate. Fate? Diana smiles weakly from the bed at Sigma's question. Don't you remember? You told me that yourself. Me? I never said it. If it was really me then. Yes, the Sigma who was 67 inside. Diana shifts her frail hand closer to Sigma and he gently grabs it between his own. The Sigma before her is not the one who was trapped in the shelter. It's the same body but different consciousness. On April 13, 2029, Sigma was at the headquarters of Crash Keys, his eyes on replaced robotic ones. There, the young Sigma returns to his body from 45 years in the future and begins to carry out Connor's instructions. How many years has it been since you came here, Diana? A little over 3, I think. I followed you here in May 2029. A violent coughing fit takes over after she speaks. Sigma helps her sit up and softly pats her back until it subsides. Why didn't the medical pod work? I told you, it's fate. Diana's skin is deathly pale, but her eyes still shine to life, just like a child's. So, what is this? What timeline is this? Diana's apparently dying from something? I thought maybe this is at that shelter where they were both like starving, but this isn't. This seems to be something else. The Sigma before her is not the one who was trapped in the shelter. It's the same body. Sigma was at the headquarters of Crash Keys. This is the this is saying that the Sigma that's with her at the shelter is the Sigma from the Virtual Lost Reward Sigma. How many years has it been since you came here? I think I followed you here in May 2029? What? Oh, I don't fucking get it. I've always dreamt of coming here. Did you know that Diana is the name of the goddess of the moon? I've wanted to do this ever since I was little. I'm so perfectly fine dying here. What are you saying? I've been able to spend the last 3 years living with you, Sigma. I've treasured every moment. Sigma lowers his head in expression pained. Please don't make that face. You don't need to be sad. In the year 2074, you will shift back to Christmas 2028, and the next day, old me will head to the decom facility in the Nevada desert and meet you. So this is a different. So this isn't in the shelter. Yeah? Is it in the shelter? Diana nodded. Sigma closes his eyes and shakes his head. That's not it. I mean, I'm in love with you. His declaration stopped as Diana's lips closed over his in a kiss, and the rest of his words were lost. After a moment, Diana remembers, it must be a wonderful future, the future where we found each other in 2028. Sigma holds onto her tightly, aching. Heartfelt sobs echoes within a cold, silent world. She dies. I can't think. Man, I don't fucking know. It's too convoluted, man. Baby Phi was indeed transported from 1904 to 2008, but Phi also remained in 1904. Whatever happened to that Phi? Rumor is that she became a brilliant scientist and worked at a research facility in the U.S. well into the 100s. The facility was researched as a transporter, and that's where Phi from 1904 is sent. Wait a minute. Baby Phi was indeed transported. Rumor is that she became a brilliant scientist and worked at a research facility in the U.S. well in the 100s. The facility was researching the transporter, and that's where the Phi from 1904 is sent. Is this insinuating that the Phi that was stuck here in the shelter grew up to be a researcher and ended up adopting the Phi that was transported from here? She adopted herself. Is that what it's insinuating? Post-payoff Carlos. The day is bright and clear. A girl in a white dress strolls along the beach, the wind tossing her long blonde hair playfully. Up until a half a year ago, she had been confined to a bed. Carlos's eyes still tear up every time he sees her smile. Come on, Carlos, you don't always have to help me. That's the point of my rehab. Oh, you're right. Sorry, Maria. Carlos brushes her hair out of her face. It's definitely not the summer sun that's making him act out of sorts. It's the fact that his sister is here standing before him. Maria grins up at him. What would Akane and Junpei say if they saw you being all fussy like this? It's fine. They understand how important you are to me. Both you and Junpei put your lives on the line. That was a different history. But going through that means we know how to treat the reverse syndrome. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. So Maria has the ability to too? Or is she saying that people have the ability to do, and it's like amazing? I'm just glad you're able to control it now. It's all because Carlos met Akane and Junpei that Maria was able to recover. He wishes he could show them just how well she's doing. You're thinking about them right now, aren't you, Carlos? What makes you say that? Because you're smiling. Carlos closes his eyes as his unconscious smile turns fond. They're just about your age. It kind of feels like I gained a brother and another sister. You are going to the wedding, aren't you? Yeah, and you're coming with me. But there is something Carlos needs to do first. Back when the three of them parted ways, I'll be waiting to hear words from you when you locate that terrorist. Carlos held his right hand out towards Akane and Junpei, and the other two grabbed onto it with their own. There's no way of knowing if Delta was telling the truth, but if it was, one fanatic would kill off all of humanity. Akane and Junpei vowed to find this person, and Carlos offered to help. He could still feel the strong bond between the three of them, their hands clasping together tightly. I suppose we better get used to talking more about before the wedding, huh? Holding her hair out in front of her face, Maria reaches out to her brother, who takes her hand in his hands and continue walking down the beach. The same blue sky above them stretches over friends Carlos knows he can rely on. Okay. So they're still trying to find the terrorist. The fanatic. What was it? But if he was... one fanatic would kill off all of humanity. So they still don't know who that is. The terrorist. Brother? Brother, right? That's the terrorist? So we don't even know who that is. I was expecting him to show up. I thought he was gonna be Zero or something. Or I thought they were gonna say that Delta was his brother. But apparently that's not it. Delta is apparently a good guy, supposedly, or something. Okay. Junpei sits upon a white sofa somewhere within the secret location of Crash Keys, twiddling a pen and sighing. What else should I say? Laying on the table in front of him was a half-written letter. Suddenly, Akane comes on. What are you doing, Junpei? She plays Fiddly Tees. Gah! Junpei dives for the letter, but she snatches it from his finger and began reading. Let's see. Carlos, without you, Akane and I would have never gone together. Thank you. Is this an invitation to the wedding? No, it's most definitely not. He made a graph of the paper, but Akane quickly moves out of his reach. It's just a progress report, Junpei mutters. Okay, yeah, I mentioned the wedding, but the date hasn't been set yet. I made a promise to you and your brother we wouldn't get married until we've dealt with the fanatic. Akane's face flushes bright red. She hastily hides her face behind the letter and goes back to reading. I'd like nothing more than to get approval and blessing of our old friends, and those of you we met 6 months ago. Eyes wide, Akane glanced up at Junpei. He avoided her gaze, awkwardly scratching the back of his head. So yeah, they had mentioned something about Aoi, her brother Aoi, like a few files ago. I don't think I would have shown that because I just breezed through it, but he's there apparently. He's a person. You know, there's a history where I keep searching for you, and even after I'm old and craggly, it still exists out there somewhere. And when I think of that, a sharp pain jolts through Junpei's face. Akane is pinching his cheek. Ow, that hurts. What are you doing? To prove that to you that this isn't a dream, Akane giggles. You still can't believe we're together like this? Junpei shakes his head. You've changed a lot, Junpei. Half a year ago, you were never this honest. Like, how do I want to describe it? Like a dream? Huh? Junpei lays in and quickly pinches Akane. Oh, now you've done it. She darts forward and goes after Junpei with both hands, getting in a pinch wherever she can. Junpei does the same. Once they start laughing, it's very hard to stop, and they keep going until they're out of breath. I guess this is all thanks to Carlos, too. That's why I'm writing the letter. Thank you letter. Akane's left hand hovering glitters on her ring finger. Boring. Ew. Oh, Sean's with them. Hey, Mira, how you feeling? Are you lonely? Come on, Eric. You visited last week. Eric smiles wryly and reaches out to Mira with his left hand. Mira does the same when their hands with the matching silver rings align on the other side of the plexiglass window. I put a new guest to see you today. Eric shifts to the side and head pops into view. Hey, Mira. Long time no see. It's Sean, right? Yes, I'm happy you remembered. Behind Mira, the sun is shining through the iron bar window, lighting up the visitor room. It's been a long time, Sean. It's good to see you. The smile Mira no longer needs to plaster on a fake one. When I heard you turn yourself in, I was really surprised. Eric was the one who convinced me. He said I should pay for my sins so we could be together, so that's why you got married in jail. Eric dusts his head shyly. Are you sure you're okay with that? Mira asks. He looks at her in confusion. Don't you regret marrying me? I did carve your heart out in another history. Isn't that what you said, Sean? Yeah, you did. Eric looks at Mira straight in the eye. I've already told you that a bunch of times. I forgive you no matter what happens, because you haven't killed me in this history yet, right? Yet. Mira's lips twisted wryly, but the Heart Rippers killed many already. So many. Sean, stop it. Eric turned angrily on Sean. Mira's face falls into a frown, but Sean continues speaking. You turned yourself in, Mira, but that doesn't mean you've paid for all the crimes you did. I doubt the family and the friends that were left behind would forgive you even if you put on death row. There's no way you can clear your sins here. Mira grit her teeth. But there is a way to clear them all. Well, technically, what you've done already, technically. You have to pay for all... What? You'll have to pay for those your whole life. That will never change, but maybe you can in another universe. Suddenly, Sean's fist crashed through the plexiglass window. Ah! Mira jumps backwards with Eric frozen in shock. What are you? Eric can't even finish speaking before Sean moves, jumping through the broken window. He kicks the outside wall of the visitor's room, causing it to crumble, reveal a giant hole, and all music starts blaring, and the police officer rushes in the room, but Sean darts forward and takes them all down in a blink of an eye. He holds his hands out on the mirror. Let's go. Go where? I know where the transport is being stored. You're saying we should go change history? Eric finally started. Sean nods. Stop young Mira from committing murder. I'm pretty sure there's only one way to clear sins. Mira stared out through a hole in the wall, and that's stupid. That's stupid. How is Sean still living? Even if there was satellite radio signals still, like, being shot to him so that he can exist. Why did he fucking break her out of prison? It's stupid. That's dumb. And that's it, I think. We went full circle. That was dumb. That was a waste of my time. go back in history to change the fucking future. Shut up. All right, that's it. We're done. That's the game. Oh shit. I don't want to be here. How do I leave? Leave. That's it. Pretty disappointing. As I've already said, less puzzles, considering that the amount of pages that I've used only consists of like, what, 4 pages, and they were just like sparsely used for things. Yeah, lack of puzzles, the story was whatever. Like, some things were explained, but not in a way that like makes it fulfilling in any sense, but maybe they did that on purpose so that it wouldn't be fulfilling. I don't know. It was kind of like the ending technically itself was like open-ended to a degree, but open-ended in the sense that you don't know if Carlos shot Dennis or not. But like, even then, does that really fucking matter? It doesn't matter if he lives or dies. Because in the end, they're still gonna be like, we're gonna decide our future. Yeah, we're not gonna let fate dictate what happens. We're gonna find a person and make sure that humanity doesn't go extinct. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting... No, I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. And there's no follow-up to like Sigma, Diana, and Phi. The only follow-up was that godforsaken one where Diana dies. It's just whatever. I mean, if you watched until this far and you feel the same as me, I'm sorry. What a bummer. What a bummer. Now it's time for me to go see how Michelle reacted to this, and maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe I'm not thinking about this the right way. Out of the series. Oh god, I'm sorry. I wish I could remember my I remember enjoying 999. Like, I got stuck a lot and there was a lot of backtracking because of the game, the way it was played out. But like, story-wise, like, I enjoyed it. Virtue's Last Reward, I also enjoyed it. Most of it, I think. I don't think I had too much qualms with it, aside from like hating Dio and Alice-ish. Not fully. Virtual Last Reward had a lot of puzzles, had a lot of things to do, so that was something. And that was it. That also set up the explanation about the shifting and whatever. And this game is just whatever. This game is like whatever. I could do it. I could have done without it. I could have done without it in the sense that like it sucked that I wouldn't have known the ending, like how things would have been resolved in Virtual Last Reward. But like things are resolved, but in like a very unsatisfying way. So, I don't know which of the games I would like the most. I think maybe I really like Sigma and Phi, but I do think 999 might be the better game out of the 3 in my opinion, from what I can remember. I could be wrong. Maybe my memories of 999 are different than what I'm thinking of right now. But all we know is that this game is lost. Once again, thank you for watching. Also, sorry for watching. But hopefully the next game that I play will be a bit more good. Goodbye.